From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave media production.
This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, with the one and only Pop DiBiase. It is that time for the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. And man, oh man, what a weekend it was this weekend. Boy, oh boy. Man, but you know what time it is? This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, live on IG. And literally, I'm telling you guys right now, this was a beautiful, beautiful weekend when it came to, big bets and things like that for me and my clients and things like that. We wound up finishing the week up 19-9. We do 4 plays daily, and that's exactly what we did, 19-9. Yesterday wasn't so great to us in the NFL, somewhat. Even though if you did track the show bets, you were able to cash out yesterday. Right now, as of right now, we're 7-6 on that, on the show bets and everything like that. But yesterday, the ticket bets kind of didn't work out the way that they were supposed to. You know, we had that situation that happened in Atlanta. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And also, we had it just was stupid. You know what I mean? Like Texans coming up a point short on the over. You know, just them things. The Raiders got blew away late, and then we did get our dog. We did get our dog of the week home in the Cardinals, but still, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We wanted to get all 4 of them in, but we had chances. The Panthers had a big shot in their game. We had the only game we had that they got blown away in the for the dogs is Broncos. That's it. But big shout out to everybody who's been following everything like that. So pretty much, man, let's go ahead and get into it, man. I got the NFL wrap up for you guys right now before we get into bets. You guys know it's a Monday. It's a slow day. We only got 1 game, so I got to deal with it the way that it is. But up first, Monday Madness, Monday. This is what we're going to do every Monday, the NFL wrap up. So here we are. And up first, Atlanta. Look at Atlanta. You boys literally just went ahead and just dropped shit the bed once again, huh? Boy, oh boy, how many times can you just do this to yourself? I don't understand, man. Matt Ryan is going to be a Hall of Famer at the end of all this. And it's going to be funny when he goes to his Hall of Fame speech and be like, all those games that my defense blew that I could have won, I could have probably been the all-time winningest quarterback ever. You know what I mean? Pretty much, man. And look at his face, dude. Just, exhausted, done, tired. It's just messy. And even when Arthur Blank came down yesterday, he did not have that, hey, guys, it's going to get better face. That guy had that, okay, who am I going to be firing on Tuesday? You know what I mean? Like, I can't fire the coach because I already fired the coach. I can't fire the defensive coordinator, so what players am I going to be firing? And that's what you keep asking yourself. And then everybody got mad at Gurley yesterday for scoring a touchdown. My silly self thought it was winning football yesterday. But then I forgot who we were dealing with. We were dealing with the Atlanta Falcons. I'm thinking you have 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go. Detroit has used up all of its timeouts. All you got to do is get 1 stop. That's it. All you got to do is get a stop. That's it. And they couldn't even do that. So much props to Detroit for having the willingness to win the game, because, you have to go ahead and not give up and not quit on yourselves. And we talked about this last week. This is how you separate losing and winning teams. You know what I mean? You had the Giants, who were somewhat in the same situation, could have closed out the game, didn't do so. You got the Falcons Sunday, came out, same exact thing happened. They couldn't finish them off. And they had the go-ahead touchdown, all that good stuff, to put them right where they needed to be. And they just couldn't protect themselves in the 4th quarter. So, Atlanta, what's it going to be? You know what I mean? I don't think that they're going to be trading anybody this week or anything like that. But Atlanta has to look at the man in the mirror and tell themselves that, why do we keep doing this to ourselves? You know what I mean? We have all the potential in the world to be one of the better teams in the NFL, but we keep just stinking it up every single week and just blowing games. So we'll see how it goes. They got a game Thursday as well too, and most likely they'll probably be tricking me into taking them again because I don't know. I'm just really frustrated because I backed Atlanta way too many times this season, and they've just let me down way too many times. Atlanta, get it together, brothers. All right, so we move on, and let's go ahead and talk about this team. You see these guys? The most overrated group of players in the NFL and coaching staff as well too. The Cowboys are absolutely finished, okay? I'm saying it right now because literally I cannot put another dime on this team. These guys have been nothing but disappointing, seriously. At the end of the day, the bottom fell out yesterday. Seriously. They had no confidence in Andy Dalton yesterday. Pretty much, I don't know what type of scheme they was running yesterday. Zeke was doing well, but then you still weren't feeding him enough to really be able to do anything. You know what I mean? Y'all look like ass, seriously. And I would have thought that they would have showed up for this one. But that's us overlooking a pretty at least Washington tries, man. They're bad, but they at least try, dude. We've seen it all season where they'll keep fighting and figuring out ways to score touchdowns and get stops and everything like that. But the Cowboys are just utterly ridiculous, bro. Like, literally, they're giving up 21 points in the first half each game. And it can be anybody. Like, it could be a little Pop Warner team and they're giving it up. Because, dude, it's like, what are y'all covering? What is the scheme? And it's like, who's in charge again? Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan was head coach in the NFL at one point. And at another point, he was a pretty damn good defensive coordinator. What happened? And then you got all these great players on defense as well, too. You got the reemergence of my man, Alden Smith, you know what I mean? Alden Smith is still killing, and you guys can't do anything with this. You guys got all these big-name, talented players, and you guys are absolutely awful. I'm telling you right now, the Cowboys, I don't see any improvement coming from now, okay? They're going to have to fool me. They're going to have to show me because, you know what? I've been touting them and been all over them all season, but right now, go sit on the bench. Go to your room. That's all I can tell to the Cowboys right now. Go to your room, shut the door, and think about how much money you've been losing to everybody, okay? Seriously. Man, the most overrated team I've ever seen. All right, but this team right here is playing up to all the hype right now. The Bucs are killing it right now. They are winners of their last two in a row after getting beat by the Bears, who now, when you think about it, the Bears have proven themselves to be a pretty decent team this season, maybe much better than most thought they were going to be. But you know me, I had them winning the division anyway when we did our preseason show as my wild card division winner. So pretty much the Bears have done well, but this Buccaneers team, you thought they were going to be going back and forth with the Saints, but it looks like they're going to run away with the South, to be dead honest with you. We know that the Saints still pose the danger and everything like that, but the Bucs just have this chemistry, and they just have this confidence to them. And it's not even because they have Tom Brady. It's because the way that they're coached. Bruce Arians is coaching up everybody. You know, he knows he has Tom Brady as the big asset, the big quarterback, things like that. But that's his game manager. Man, it's all, and Jeff mentioned this on our show as well, too. This defense is top 5, period, point blank. And the defense is the biggest reason why this Bucs team is so dominant. If this defense wasn't as dominant as they were, they would be showing a lot of flaws what's going on with that offense right now as well, too, because they wouldn't be spending as much time on the field. And when they do, you can get them off the field. This defense gets them turnovers. They get them in good position to score points. So at the end of the day, this is the star of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defense. So just remember that part right there, that this is the star of the team, in my opinion. So pretty much there it is. They came to Vegas yesterday. They came, they saw, they conquered. The Raiders were within 4, but then dropped the 20. Then the Bucs dropped 21 in a row like they was in a basketball game or something. So it is what it is, man. Bucs, one of the better teams in the NFL, but I'm not going to say they're the best team in the NFC right now. But we have some more weeks to go, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out, and we move on. This was the game of the day yesterday. This one was crazy, and I'm still just over here. You guys do not know the irony of this game. A guy lays out 4 bets a day for his clients. This winds up being our premium. We've hit the premium 3-4 days in a row, so I'm pretty confident in this game. Everything went the way that it was supposed to go, in my opinion. I knew that the Steelers were going to start out really fast, play keep away, and do all those things. And then I knew in the second half, knowing who the Titans are, they were going to make the adjustments. They were going to get their turnovers and get a momentum going to where they dominated the game, and literally that's exactly what they did. You know, they were losing 24-7 at the half. They only had 3 points scored on them in the second half, and literally they should have won this game. They outscored them 17-3, right? So they should have won this game yesterday, but I knew the moment that they weren't able to get the ball closer to the end zone to where they could score a touchdown, because they needed a touchdown on that final drive, not a field goal. You don't want to play the Steelers. You don't want to play a team that's actually absolutely been ripping you in half the whole game, and then you're going to play them in overtime. You know what I mean? You've already did everything to stop them for a whole 24 minutes. But if you had to go to that extra frame, they were going to get you. So they had to score a touchdown because Gajkowski is great. But I just had this feeling, if you put the game in his hands on this situation today, he's going to mess it up. And that's exactly what happened. He goes, right? It was wide, right, left? It doesn't matter. He missed. So pretty much we missed out on the money, but that was a hell of a game. And the Steelers, to me, and I hate to say this because I can't stand the Steelers. The Steelers are the best team in the AFC. And shout out to my partner on my show, NFL Bet Exchange, Jeff, if he's still in the room. I saw that you was in here. Jeff was the one that said that they was a sneaky Super Bowl pick, and they were one of his top picks for the Super Bowl. And Jeff, you are right on the money, brother. And if we look at the comparisons to this, we got Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, all drafted in 2004. When they did that draft, they had the idea that Eli Manning would be the surefire Hall of Famer. Phillip Rivers would probably be a pretty decent quarterback wherever he went, but he was going to San Diego, so we would have to see. But Ben Roethlisberger, everybody was like, well, it's Pittsburgh, and he'll probably be able to stick around for a few years, but I don't know, man. This guy he played in the MAC, and so a lot of people had this doubt with Roethlisberger because what conference he came from. And Roethlisberger wound up getting the best fit of them all. He got to play for the best organization, all that good stuff. He was coming off the bench, and he was going to keep coming off the bench if Tommy Maddox didn't get hurt. And, he's pretty much taken over, and he's done his damn thing for all these years, man. So pretty much the Steelers are where they're at because their quarterback wound up being the best out of that trio of quarterbacks that they felt were going to have great futures. And we can say that. Ben got 2 titles. He got a couple MVPs, been to 3 Super Bowls, and he didn't need a defense to help him do it. The first time around he did. But the second time, that's still one of the most classic finishes to a Super Bowl you'll ever see. So Ben Roethlisberger is just getting his Big Ben on because he hasn't been the same player for the last few years, but now he's fully healthy, and he does not have a diva in the room anymore. The Mike Wallaces, the Antonio Browns of the world are gone. He has all these good young receivers that just want to be great. He has to, but you know what? You got to have patience with that because at the end of the day, those guys are going to be looking to get paid as well too. They playing the good soldier role right now, but money changes everybody in the NFL, and I've came to notice that very much over the last 10, 15 years. So we'll see how it goes, but the Steelers right now, I will put them down as the best team in the AFC. Seriously. This team, the road might have to go through Pittsburgh this year. All right, and last but not least, let's talk about that great game that happened last night. Boy, oh boy, our dog of the week, the Cardinals come through plus 160. I know I was tripping during the show too because I said they ain't the dog of the week, but they was because it was in my notes. And pretty much they were the dog of the week. And yesterday they went ahead and they took care of their business. They got a big win last night. I know that they got a little bit of ref help as well too, but regardless, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take the win and roll with the dog. It does not matter to me because when you win, you win. There's going to be a whole lot of BS and a whole lot of conspiracy coming from the loser So pretty much it is what it is at the end of the day. The Cardinals go ahead and get a big win. Kyler Murray goes ahead and makes more of a case for himself as well too as a legit elite NFL quarterback. But you know what? He does have the best of all worlds. If you put this guy on the Jacksonville Jaguars, he would have been hurt by now. I'm telling you right now though, Arizona is a good team, but at the end of the day, the talent is the thing carrying this team. The great coordinators that they have are carrying this team because their head coach is absolutely horrible. Seriously, that call he made during the game last night to kick that field goal that missed in overtime, I was like, bro, you could have just went to fourth down and tried to get at least to the 10-yard line so you can give your kicker a chippy. He deserves that. Then, we're going to kick the ball now. And he goes ahead, they kick the ball, and then it's a timeout that's called by them because they don't have anything organized. So why would you, I would just say, okay, we messed up right now. Get the kicker off the field. Let's run 2 more plays until we can get the fourth down. But at the end of the day, you can get mad about it, but they won the game. You know what I mean? But still, it was lousy coaching. And if winning the game will excuse the mistakes he made in the end. But again, this is going to come back to bite them in the butt in other occasions. These are some really talented players on Arizona, but this is what's going to hold up Arizona from getting much further than they plan to where they want to be. Come on, Larry Fitzgerald wants to play in another Super Bowl before it's all said and done, dude. You know what I mean? He only has about at the most 3 more years, if that. You know what I mean? So pretty much there it is. Cardinals, I won't call you the best team in the NFC, but I'm going to say like this. That NFC West race is nuts. They could possibly sneak in 4 teams into the playoffs this year. That's nuts because all their teams are on the top echelon of who would make the playoffs right now. So it is what it is. The NFL, very exciting as we wrap up week 7. So in a moment, we'll talk about Monday Night Football, but let's go ahead and talk about last night in the World Series. All right. This man right here, that's the man right there. Corey Seeger coming through last night, got an RBI immediately to start the game. And pretty much that was set up because Mookie was able to get a double early in the game. But this guy's effort and what this guy's been doing in the World Series has been absolutely incredible. He literally hit a home run in every game except for last night. And, man, this guy is just playing lights out baseball. The Dodgers, this is why the Dodgers said, Manny Machado, you can go down the road and do whatever you want. You can get $350 million because this is a $400 million man right here. This guy is changing the shortstop position. He's doing everything that they wanted A-Rod to do when he was on the Texas Rangers, to be honest with you. So pretty much, man, I'm telling you right now, this right here is your MVP. So if you have the ticket on Seeger to win MVP for the World Series, you better be ready to cast that bad boy out. But they got to win Game 6 first. And I'm going to be dead honest with you. This series has 7 games written all over it, to be dead honest with you. But I truly do feel that the Dodgers, if they want to step it up, if they really want to get this thing over with, they will win the game tomorrow. But this series it just says 7 because the Rays, they're fighters. You guys have to just understand that part. And even as a Dodger fan, I understand that part. But the Rays been good to me all season, and it's gonna be sad to see. It'll be sad to see them lose, but you know what? That's the game. Because Dodgers, it's unfinished business. It's been unfinished business. That's why I said it was Blue October, Blue October 3. Because Blue October is supposed to be us, the Dodgers winning the championship. I call it Blue October. Now we're in Blue October 3. Can the Dodgers win the ring? Because the Dodgers starting to look like a police academy a little bit now. So, 5 years on top of the West, man, it's just something incredible. And Corey Seager is a big, big part of that. And hopefully we can get his brother Kyle to come over here and play third base for us since Turner's almost done. So pretty much there it is. That's your MVP for the World Series right there, because I really do feel like the Dodgers still win this series, but it's not going to be easy, though. So I'm just letting you guys know, don't be surprised if they don't win tomorrow and we got to go to another game on Wednesday. Okay, so there it is. That's the MVP of the World Series for you. I don't think we have to look any further, and just know that. And this guy right here, Clayton Kershaw pitched a hell of a game last night, and I thought he could have finished the game last night. He got 2 earned runs, and that was about it. But then he had pretty much figured out how to go exactly at the Rays to go ahead and finish him off. But Dave Roberts, as usual, him and the machine, he always lets the machine win. The machine decides to say, let's pull Kershaw out and let's go ahead and bring in May. All right. So your guy just got 2 outs on 2 pitches and you're taking him out. This was the second night in a row. But luckily enough, instead of going to somebody like Pedro Baez, he went to the young boy, Carrot Top May. And Carrot Top May took care of his business. 1 hit, few strikeouts. It is what it is. He moves forward. Then you went and got Gonzalez, who was dynamite with his stuff once Kike told him to calm down. And then you had Trainer go ahead and finish it off. And Trainer's been finishing it off Trainer's been pitching hella good throughout the whole playoff. He only had like 1 bad game, and that was against Atlanta. So pretty much Dave Roberts, my point is, did not need to bring his ass out there last night. I don't know why he did that, and he should have let the pitcher tell him he was ready to come out. And Dave Roberts, you can't let the machine control you, because that's why you don't have any rings right now. You're making bad mistakes. But this is one thing that helps Roberts out. I just want to show you guys his record. This man has won 436 games out of 710. That is absolutely incredible. This is why he hasn't been fired. He's led the Dodgers to 5 straight West titles. That's why the man hasn't been fired. 3 straight pennant. This is the 3rd pennant in 4 years. Managers wish they had that credential on their books. But all in all, it's all a waste, though, if the Dodgers don't win the World Series this year. It's just that simple. And pretty much this is why you guys have to understand they ain't going to fire Dave Roberts. I just have to show you why they can't fire Dave Roberts, because this is hard to get in the MLB. But I'm going to tell you like this. He will be on the hot seat if they don't win this World Series this year, to be honest with you. So pretty much Dave Roberts, sometimes you just got to stay in your lane and be a play and think like a player sometimes. Be like Lasorda. If your pitcher's out there dueling and doing his damn thing, stop worrying about what the analytics say. Just let it ride, God damn it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, because the analytics is the one that keeps kicking your ass. So it is what it is, man. That's all I want to show you. And I got one more thing about the World Series, and then we move on. This man right here is the table setter. Even though Mookie hasn't been playing as well as you would want him to play, a guy who's making $350, $400 million, it doesn't matter. His presence alone is pushing the Dodgers closer and closer towards his ring. They did not have a Mookie Betts on those 2 other World Series teams that they had. They had guys who could have been like Mookie Betts, like Andrew Toles, but this guy, Mookie Betts, is special. And Mookie Betts last night, he made sure to start the game off. He came up with the mind state that I'm going to get a hit, I'm going to get a run, I'm going to get us started. And that's exactly what he did. And this is exactly what the Dodgers have always needed. And I caught that last night, and I was very impressed with it, and I just wanted to talk about that as well, too. If Mookie's numbers was much better, he would be the MVP hands down. But when it comes to being the MVP of the Dodgers overall for the season and in this moment, it is Mr. Mookie Betts. And Mookie Betts, man, I just want to thank you very much for bringing back baseball to normalcy somewhat. Now you'll see more teams looking into getting actual leadoff hitters. That's stupid to me when you have your power hitter leading off the game. What kind of bull BS is that? You know what I mean? It's just not smart. The power hitter is there to get RBIs. So you're taking him away from getting RBIs if he's the first one batting. You know what I mean? You know, you're depending on your 7, 8, 9 guys to get on base so he can knock them in. No. Your best batter is a 3rd or 4th hitter in the lineup. And we have to return to that mind state in baseball, and that's how baseball can become very popular and very fun to watch again. So pretty much what I'm saying is bring the athletes back to baseball. And once you do that, the game can really really skyrocket once again. You know what I mean? Because right now, the ground is fertile, dude. NBA, people getting a little tired of that. NFL, getting a little redundant. But baseball, always exciting. Because baseball has people in all shapes and sizes and colors and things like that that can contribute and make the game fun. So there it is. Dodgers up 3-2. Do they go ahead and take care of their business tomorrow night? Or do we see a game 7 on Wednesday? We'll know tomorrow when I go ahead and go over the World Series Game 6 bets. All right, so we move on, and let's go ahead and get into the money, y'all. And we got ourselves a really good game tonight between the Rams and the Bears. Rams and Bears coming into this one very, very good. You got a Bears team that's 5-1. And then you have a Rams team, the home team, that's 4-2. And pretty much you would credit Nick Foles for getting them to a 5-1 start, but I'm going to credit coaching and defense for getting them to a 5-1 start. Yes, we know Mitch Trubisky was struggling and everything like that, but Mitch Trubisky did start the first, 4 games of the season. And once again, they had only lost 1 game. And then in that one loss, the game just didn't go the way that it was supposed to go for them, but at the end of the day, they were still in it. And I'm just saying to myself, the Bears are very surprising. I would have thought they could be 3-2 at this point, maybe, or maybe 3-3, and just going through the motions. But they're 5-1, and that's simply because the defense being able to shorten games for them. And, pretty much not making it to where it's getting out of hand. And every lead, and every time they get down in the game, the lead is very manageable to come back from as well, too. You know what I mean? So, thing is, Nick Foles is doing his thing, Super Bowl quarterback, the guy who owns the record for most touchdowns thrown in the game as well, too. A lot of people don't like to mention that, but he did throw 7 touchdowns in a football game before. So, Nick Foles is pretty much came over and taking the job instead of being the tutor that Trubisky needed. But they need somebody. And like my man said the other day, we are in the business of winning. And Nick Foles wins. Trubisky was winning, but literally you had to rely on the defense to get that victory for you. Now Nick Foles gives you the opportunity to where if you're in a 2-minute situation, you could the results will be better with him. And that's exactly what they're looking at. But if something happens to Foles, I think that Trubisky still will be able to, kind of keep them afloat and keep them right where they need to be. But we'll see, though. The Bears, this is literally, you keep saying, well, this is going to be the Bears' toughest game. They've already played 3-4 tough games already, and they did very well in those games as well, too. So pretty much this one tonight is really a tough game for the Rams. And the Rams, all in all, awesome offense, great defense, great coaching. But you know what? The Rams just always seem to come up short in certain situations with, pretty much the better teams in the league. But they're playing at home where they're 2-0. But you got to understand as well, both those games went under, and they didn't play against the best of the best when they played against those squads. They played the Cowboys, who are absolutely awful, and then they played against the Giants, who are just dreadful as well, too. But the thing is, though, the Rams still somewhat dominated in those games as well, too. I feel like they can still do that tonight because they're at home. They love that new stadium. The new stadium, once it gets a crowd in there, the Rams will really be able to relish in getting some big wins and things like that. But tonight, this is really a must-win situation for the Rams. As you see, Arizona got a huge win last night against Seattle. So this has to do with more with divisional standings and things like that. So pretty much, this is where I'm going with the bets tonight in this game. Up first, I'm going to take the Rams because that's our show bet. I got them at -5.5, but right now they're at a 6, so I'm going to be current with you guys and take the 6 as well, too. So pretty much you got -6 on the Rams. So if they win by 6, I cash your ticket. If they win by 7, I cash your ticket. So pretty much, hopefully you guys jumped on the early one as well, too. And then I like the under 22 first half. I think that the under is quite a possibility because that's been the trend at SoFi with the Rams as well, too. You know what I mean? Guys are getting off the field very quickly. It's a lot of 3-and-outs on both sides. So pretty much I do like the under 22 first half. And then the Bears under 19.5. I like this a lot as well too. The Rams have only given up 29 points at home as well. So pretty much I do like where we're going with this one right here, and I think that they hold them to about 17 today. Okay, so there it is, Bears under 19.5 points for the whole game. And then I got the Rams in the first quarter with a slight lead. Hopefully they'll be up 3 points or something like that, and we can move forward from there. And Rams first quarter, I like that one a lot. I think that we can cash that ticket as well too. And then Jared Goff over 1.5 pass touchdowns. This is quite possible. The Bears back end is not as good, but they're not like the dynamite, in my opinion. It's all about that front seven and the pressure that they bring and the ferocity that they hit with. And then you got a aggressive group, a group that is really physical, but they can get burnt up too as well. So Jared Goff, I think that he has a big day today with touchdown passes. So hopefully we can go ahead and get a touchdown for Robert Woods, and for Cooper Kupp today, okay? And hopefully we can get it done in the first half. All right, so there it is, Jared Goff over 1.5 touchdown passes. And then we have David Montgomery, who I have going over 14.5 rush attempts. Hopefully he can get 15 carries today. And that's if the Bears get a lead, then this is really gonna be more likely to happen as well too. So we'll see how it goes. I really do feel that this is going to be one of the better games on Monday Night Football, and this is really a split on who you're picking in the game as well too. And it's really funny to see a 5-1 team as a 6-point dog, even if they on the road. You feel what I'm saying? So keep that in mind as well too. All right, but I'm going to rock with the home team tonight. Let's see how it shakes out. But, I always got to give some, I always got to throw some things, throw some notes in for the other side as well, too. Because there's people that are like, Pop, I'm fading you, brother. Sorry, I'm going to the other way. So it is what it is, man. We move on, and let's go ahead and jump into this horse race. And I thank you guys so much. I'm going to put and also be on the lookout, too. I'm going to put the show on Periscope this week. I got this little editing system and everything like that, so things are starting to get looking a lot better. I'm trying to put this on as many platforms as possible, so you guys be on the lookout for that. When we have more bets to talk about, I'm going to put it on Periscope as well too, or I'm going to do the highlights version of the show as well too. So you guys be ready for the bets list to be. We'll individually do them here, but we're gonna also have the bets list as its own little show as well too for college football. Okay, so be ready for that. All right. So pretty much, if you guys are looking to sign up, you guys can hit me up on the Twitter at PopDiBiase or on PTSI on IG, and we'll get you guys moving forward. We got the early bird special for the rest of 2020 and the all of 2021. And I got the rest of 2020 for people who just want to, just test drive the services real quick. But at the end of the day, you want to stick around because that's what everybody does. So pretty much for all you leaving, thank you so much for tuning in. But I'm about to jump into this PARX. And let me tell you guys something about the horse racing. We did a damn good job at Santa Anita. Santa Anita just closed up the meet. They'll be back in a month. And, we cleaned up over at Santa Anita. So pay attention. That's what all I want to say. It's just money, y'all. All right. So here it is. PARX PrimeTime bets. Late pick 4. These races are starting in about an hour. Are starting in a bit. Probably about noon West Coast time. So we got the shot of the day, Flat Out Flying. This horse is a very good horse. Gonna be 12-1 on the morning line. So hopefully we can keep that number, and this horse flat out flies to the finish and gets us a big win. All right, so we're going to pair this horse with the 5-4-7. We box it up 1-4-5-7, and we go from there. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, whatever you like. All right, so we got the best value of the day with the horse with the filly by the name of Mystique, and Mystique is going to be pretty good. Mystique has some great numbers, and this is a $35,000 starter allowance as well too. So this is a very competitive race, and I think that this will wind up being in favor of a horse that's somewhat of a price. That's why I went ahead and circled on Mystique. So Mystique, go ahead and get us home, and we will pair this horse with the 2-7 8-1. You guys can do it like this: 1, 2, 7, 8, and we roll from there. And then we got the nightcap, baby. We're a horse that I feel is the best bet of the day for me. I'm going to put a nice one down on this horse when we get to race 11 today at PARX. This is going to be To the Flag, and To the Flag is a very good horse. And we're getting 9-2 on this horse as well, too. So hopefully, with this one, we can go ahead and get ourselves a nice price on this one, and they don't mess us up like they like to, you know what I mean? So pretty much that's our nightcap. And if there's not a super high five at PARX, I'm very sorry about that. But you know what? You can add the 8 in as well, too. We'll just do an expensive superfecta. Try to get everybody home, you know, so use that as your superfecta ticket. The 5, 2, 4, 1, 8. See what you can do. You can also key this bad boy as well, too, and see what it does. But there's a lot of value here as well. So I like 9 To the Flag, and pretty much I correct this when I put this out, because the top horses, I thought I had put them in correctly, but I'll go ahead and I'll put them in correctly. I know you guys get sick of that, like, man, bro, you put these horses up and then you always have some shit missing. So pretty much, man, but it's a lot of stuff, bro. You know, football, basketball, baseball, horse racing, boxing, you know, and then I also throw in other stuff as well, too. You know, the UFC sometimes, things like that. But, you know, as we go. All right, so pretty much thank you guys so much for tuning in to the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. You guys can watch the show on PrimeWave Media channel on the YouTube, or you guys can watch this on IGTV as well, too. So make sure you share, you retweet, and you subscribe. Follow, do whatever you have to do. Let's keep the movement moving, and it is what it is. Bet with your head, not with your heart. And I am gone. This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles, with the one and only Pop DiBiase.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave Media production.